building that relationship. He's obviously now in TNA. Has there been any talks as far as that?
Well, at this point, I cannot confirm or deny any reports of Nick Dinsmore and or a Eugene character signing with TNA. That's all I can say.
All right. Very interesting.
Now, scouring the web, I happen to come to Wikipedia, and if you can confirm this, but it was saying that, when you came back to the WWE in 2009, and then you were released a little while after, it was because of a wellness policy strike. Were you a victim of the 3 strikes and you're out thing?
No, I never got 3 strikes, and when I came back in 2009, and I was back for literally one episode of Raw, and I was released, it was they told me that I wasn't in WWE shape, and that was the reason I was released. So it was not due to any wellness policy infraction.
That was the match with The Miz?
Yes, in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, against The Miz.
Okay. In your opinion, were you in shape to go, or were they correct?
I definitely could have been in better shape, but I didn't feel like Eugene needed to be a cookie-cutter bodybuilder type wrestler. I got released, so I assume I was wrong. But I could still wrestle, I could still entertain, I could still do everything that Eugene did before, and I really don't know the true reason, because of course they gave everyone the reason that creative has nothing for you, and a week before they did, so
right,
not real positive.
Okay, one of those things. And swinging back to your OVW days, my question faces is, what is the difference from back when you were highlighting in OVW and we saw all that great talent come through, with yourself and the other guys that got pulled up to the ranks, to right now, where it doesn't seem like there's a lot of guys you're seeing the 3rd generation, the 2nd generation guys coming through. Nobody else, not too many other stars are being pulled through. Not that they're not out there, but they're not being pulled up.
From OVW?
Well, not necessarily OVW, but from the indie scene in general. It just seems like the lack of the major names, the major guys that in 5-6 years that they're gonna still be there.
Well, I mean, it's really tough, because you can take somebody that you think will be a star and teach him how to wrestle and put the boots and the tights on him and put him in front of a camera, but sometimes the magic doesn't always happen. I mean, if you look at Brock Lesnar, they invested so much money in Brock, and I like Brock, but I just don't think he enjoyed the professional wrestling business. Some guys eat it, sleep it, live it 24 hours a day, but it's not for everybody. And it's really hard to make the magic of a superstar,
Mm-hmm.
and only come along every once in a while. If you look at the whole crew that came through OVW, all of the WWE developmental guys, there was probably 300 WWE developmental wrestlers that came through. I think 150 made it to TV. And if you look at the people that are still on TV, it's Cena. It's Batista just left, and then Randy, and there's others out there. But if you're looking at the very, very top guys, it's hard to make a top guy. It just doesn't happen.
And Nick, from your observations of the current product, we were actually talking about this before you came on. Who can be elevated? Who do you see that may have a chance to be one of the top guys? I know the consensus is that they need, some fresh faces. So what's your opinion on that?
I mean, really, I don't know, because a lot of the guys that are on there don't get enough time individually to develop their character and get the people to attach themselves to their character. You know, I mean, I think David Otunga of the Nexus is going to be a huge star, but it's just going to take a while each week to get the people to understand who that guy is. You know.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that his mic skills, from what we said, you know, I think he, from the limited things of what we saw, he, you know, from a fan's perspective, he's really lacking in the ring. Do you think that will be an easy thing to overcome?
I mean,
or do you see otherwise?
Well, you know, guys that want to learn how to wrestle can wrestle, but you also have to think. Sometimes on WWE television, you don't. There's not a lot of not a whole lot of time for each individual match, so you don't really get to showcase all of your talent in the short time period that you have on the pay-per-views and on the live events, or where you really get to expand yourself and try new things and develop yourself as an in-ring performer as opposed to a backstage or an interview type performer. And it's just going to take time. It's just, you know, like I said, I've wrestled in OVW for 10 years before I debuted on WWE television. You know, I'd made countless mistakes and learned from each one of them, so that when I debuted, I was over-prepared for any challenge that they put in front of me. Guys today don't have that luxury. You know, they're sent to Florida and they're expected to pick it up in 6 months to a year, which is just you know, it's almost, you know, unimaginable.
Mm. I wouldn't disagree there. I do think that, you know, we had Les Thatcher on sometime back, and he went on about the territorial days and you know, just being able to pick it up, and that's what he kind of harped on as what the problem is right now in wrestling, that those guys aren't getting their time to learn their craft.
Mhm. You know, and there's guys that are really good that just maybe aren't television ready, and they'll release them, you know, fire them to see if they go out other places and try to learn the craft. I know Idol Stevens was one of them. He was on SmackDown for a short period. Ended up releasing him. He went to Puerto Rico and went down to work for Carlos Colon and really picked up the business and then really learned it and went out and won it, and he ended up getting re-signed. You know, mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's out there. It's just it takes a while for guys to really. Not everybody picks it up overnight. You know. Right.
And you're talking about going to other places. I'm just catching wind of the wrestling fan experience. Your name's been attached to that. Is there anything that you could tell us about that at this point?
WFX is probably one of the fastest growing wrestling companies in North America today. It's based out of Winnipeg. The website is WFXWrestling.com. Charlie Haas is up there. Kip, also known as Billy Gunn, is up there. Seven Thorne, formerly known as Kevin Thorne. Gangrel is up there. Bushwhacker Luke. Eugene's up there, and it's just it's probably one of the hottest territories, you know, in North America today. I absolutely love it up there.
Yeah, I haven't seen any footage other than checking out the website, but just the intro promo is not. Yeah, that's not a low budget indie right there. It seems like.
No, it's a really big budget television show. They're on the America One network, which apparently hits 400,000 homes in the United States. It's just I think for most cable companies you have to get a specific package to get America One. And I've heard people in different places say that they've seen WFX, but it's you know, it's not everybody gets it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see they're trying to branch out internationally is what they say on the website. So I don't know if you know if it's going to be like that thing Jeff Jarrett had with the group of guys traveling to Australia and country to country. Do you know? Are you privy to that info?
Well, like I said, the television taping is based in Winnipeg, Canada. They run some live events in West Texas, and I think they're trying to branch out and run some more live events where the TV is strongest. You know, it's just they're just getting it off the ground right now, and it's just taking off. So it's just taking some time.
Interesting. Yeah, I would look forward if they could get on like GoFightLive.tv or something when they could do an internet pay-per-view. A lot of